guys, happy October. It's definitely been a very eventful past month since I last vlogged. I sat down and tried to start a vlog about like a week ago, 2 weeks before that, and with the vlog I like to have like sort of like a narrative of like what I'm working on, what I say I'm working on, and then actually like looping in and finishing all of it. And it was just really hard to sort of get my foot. It was just really hard to sort of have everything ready to go and have a vlog that I felt like I wanted to share. So I'm hoping that this 3-day weekend that I have, we have a fall break for our school, so we have Monday off, which is tomorrow, that I have a chance to sort of catch up with you and also work on some art that I've been doing the past month and create a cohesive vlog. It is Inktober. I have never participated in Inktober before, and if you're unfamiliar with Inktober, essentially for the month of October you can follow different Inktober prompts from different artists, and they'll create like a topic for each day, and then you create your own artwork of how you interpret that topic. So today I'm hoping I can get started on oil painting, and then I'm also going to be working on my Art-tober day 4 illustration, and yeah, it should be pretty fun. So here is the finished illustration of day 4 for Art-tober. When I think of smell, I think of pumpkin pie. So here is my illustration of like the process of making pumpkin pie. I wanted to limit myself to about 30 minutes or so per illustration. That way I'm not sort of fixated on making the details too perfect. I just wanted it to make more like it was a sketch. It makes me think of this time that I was trying to make pumpkin pie. And I'm not a huge baker. I think, you know, with staying at home now, I am a lot better with cooking, but especially baking, I'm not really good. So I really like making pumpkin pie because there's only a couple ingredients in there at a time. But there was one time that I was making a pie. I was trying to surprise Eddie with it because it's his favorite pie and probably my favorite pie too. And he was coming over from work to visit me, and I thought I had mixed all the ingredients into the mixing bowl and had poured the filling into the crust, and then threw the whole pie into the oven, trying to time it pretty well so that way it would be like freshly baked by the time he came to visit. And then I like turned around and I saw like on the counter was still like an unopened can of the evaporated milk, and I hadn't put it into the mix at all. And I thought to myself like, well, you can't have a pie that has like only 5 ingredients and be missing one of the ingredients. And so I was like, okay, I just put it in the oven. I will take it back out and pour the mix back into the mixing bowl, and then add in the evaporated milk. Easy peasy. So I don't know if you're a baker, but I think you can kind of tell where this story was going. I took out the pie and I was like tilting it like this to make the filling pour back into the mixing bowl. And as I was tilting it, like the whole crust just sort of like crumbled into the mixing bowl with the filling.
and there was no way that I could like salvage that crust. It was just like crumbled in there. It was like a graham cracker crust. And so I was like, well, I just ruined the whole pie and I don't know if I have time to like run back to the grocery store and start all over again. And so luckily my roommate at the time, she's a really good baker, and she was like, okay, here's what we'll do. We'll put it into like, you know, those like bread pans for like banana bread and like a bread tin. I don't even know, like that's how uninformed I am as a baker. We put it in one of those and we made it like a crumble with like brown sugar and stuff at the top. And yeah, Eddie was very sweet and said it was really good, but it was not very good. Like it was not a crumble, it was very soggy. But that's what I think of when I think of pumpkin pie as well. Is that story of how I messed up a very simple pie.
Hey guys, happy Monday. It is now day 5 of Inktober / Art-tober. So the prompt today is object. And so I was thinking of like, what objects do I associate with the fall and with October? And I was thinking like, I was reflecting on the idea that like summer is my favorite season because like I just associate that with like summer's off and warm weather. But I feel like fall is like my favorite mood of a season, like the aesthetic. And I also think about like the change in clothing. So like I love just skirts and like fuzzy sweaters, and I am all for the look of fall. So I thought for the prompt today of object, I would draw like a little section of my vanity in the morning when I'm getting ready. Now that it's like October, I just think of like the celestial earrings that I have. I think of like shades of lipstick. So like putting a little lipstick tube in there, maybe a scrunchie of mine, and like a gold barrette clip that I put in my hair. So I'll be drawing that for today's Inktober prompt. And then I'll also be working on this painting right here and hopefully finishing it up. So that way that is all wrapped up and I can also set my room ready to go for work again tomorrow. So yeah, that'll be my Monday. I also wanted to share the coloring book project that I finished in June, and I finally got my own copy of it, so I'm really excited to be able to show you. It was like a 10 to 12 page coloring book that was commissioned by this nonprofit in Sacramento called Breathe California. They wanted to have something for elementary school students to color and to also learn about food waste and food waste within elementary schools and how they can sort out their food so that certain things can be composted and certain things are landfill. Starting at a younger age, we're a little bit more mindful of like the effects of food waste and landfills and where food is coming from. We can kind of reduce our carbon footprint. So it was a really cool project to be a part of. It was definitely something outside the box for me. And it was a large project that like coincided with like the end of the school year from last year. So I was a little daunted at the task of taking on so many things, but one thing that I've learned in my late 20s is like to not underestimate myself and to know that I am very capable of like dividing up my time and prioritizing things properly. And so I'm really glad that I committed to doing so, and it was definitely one of my favorite projects to do. As I was editing this vlog down, I realized that my oil painting deserves its own separate video. So stay tuned if you're interested in seeing my oil painting process, but I'll be making that in a future video pretty soon. Other than that, Eddie and I also took a little trip up to Auburn, California. It's about a 40-minute drive from Sacramento. I have a wholesale client who has her own shop up in Auburn, and she does a really good job of curating a lot of like local and also female artists. And so she needed a restock of some of the botanical prints that I had shipped to her about a month and a half before, and so we decided just to drive up there and get some coffee from the local coffee shop next door and just enjoy a nice drive and be in some nice weather. Anyway, that was my vlog. I hope you really enjoyed it, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!